Let me tell you something, baby. I am not the one or the two. I dwell on the corners of Nuck if you buck, and praise is what I do. I will fuck you up and then pray you through. Please play with somebody else. Have the day you deserve, my love.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Melanin Madam. Today I am having a conversation with my cousin because I won't be doing makeup. My nose is red from allergies. They're killing it here in California. But I'm going to play some audio for you and then we'll dive into the discussion. If you off work and not in traffic, roll up and pour up, okay? Pour one for me too.
So let me break this down for some of the men that still don't get it. She ain't looking to be saved. She's looking to be loved. She's looking for her energy to be matched and reciprocated. She's looking for a man that can give and not just take. She's looking for someone that can be faithful, have integrity. I don't know, show trust. She ain't looking for you to save her. She ain't a dancer in distress. She actually got her own crib, her own car, her own mind, and maybe some master's degrees. She's looking to be loved regularly, consistently. She ain't looking to be distracted with all those shiny things you think you can buy her. She's looking for your heart. She's looking for exclusivity. She's looking for someone that can look inside her soul, not just reach the depth of her loins. You understand me? She ain't looking to be saved. She's looking for love. So if you ain't got that, go take your charity somewhere else.
So cousin, what do you think?
I think he hit the motherfucking spot. I ain't go there. So I ain't looking for a materialistic things.
Okay.
I'm looking for exactly what he stated. I want simplicity.
It's that
That's
simple.
it. Because I can provide everything else. I'm just looking for
A partner?
a partner. 50-50. You know, I'm not even asking for 10 inches. If you got 5 to 6, I'm good with that. I mean, I'm just looking for the simple things in life. Like, I want to laugh.
Laughing is good.
I want to joke. I want to be able to have a playful relationship where it ain't so serious or we always, oh, why you say that? Why you say that? What's the meaning of that? I just want to be calm in my own surroundings and be comfortable. If I pass gas, you ain't looking at me like, bitch, what you eat?
Right.
You know, let's spray the air and let's go on about our business. Some women don't want Gucci bags or Louis bags. I mean, it's great.
That's a bonus, but that's not the foundation. That's not the
foundation.
nucleus. That's
Because
not the
what
most
you
important
can't
part.
give me that anymore.
Right.
But if you can't give
Right.
me that anymore,
Right.
then I didn't base our relationship off of what you could give me. That's not what I want.
Right. I think people forget that part too, because there's plenty of millionaires that used to be millionaires and they're not anymore. And then when everything is all gone, they can't take it. Just like when the housing market crashed, all those people killed themselves because they couldn't deal with not having things anymore. Like, things don't matter. I could provide the things I want for myself. And even if I couldn't, I'm happy without them.
I'm happy with what God allowed me to have.
Right. Right.
Because out of my means, it's not meant for me.
Right. And the other thing, the biggest part for me that I like that he said is, I'm not looking for you to save me. No offense, but at this point, based on like some of the trauma people have, you can't save me. How are you gonna save me? You need to work on saving you. You haven't accepted that you need to save your damn self. So how you gonna help me? You still got a lot of issues. Why they talk about women with daddy issues, dudes got mama issues that they never bring up, and daddy issues, and baby mama issues, and all this other stuff. So you can't save me. We can save each other, meaning we can be the piece that shows each other what it's like to have somebody on their team and be loyal and all of those things. Because I also think a huge part of not having the foundational pieces is that even if somebody else provides it, because it didn't come from your parent or who you're like looking for it from, that begins to be a problem. Because I think deep down some people are thinking like, how could you possibly love me like this or do all of these things for me if my own flesh and blood didn't do it? But that's toxic. Right.
We only supposed to, as parents, we supposed to bring you up, raise you up, right? That doesn't mean we supposed to buy you Gucci shoes just because you hit 18.
Right.
No, we supposed to raise you up with manners, values, morals, and lead you the right way. Show you what is right to do, what's not right to do.
Right.
We're not here to buy our kids. We're here to teach our kids so they can buy their own shit.
That part.
You can't spend my damn money.
That part.
All the time.
But people started buying their kids because they were absent. And I don't mean just absent at work, working all the time. You know, they want
Just
to live their best
mom.
life. Yeah. And want to live your best life. Feeling like,
But-
oh, I'm still young. I should be able to do
You know
this.
what?
If you didn't
read
have
a
kids.
post, and the post was saying, like, stop beating yourself down because you looking out for yourself as mothers. As mothers,
Absolutely.
our picture shouldn't beat us constantly tired, running behind
No.
kids all the damn time,
No.
stressed out.
'Cause you're still
tearing out
yourself.
I'm still
Which is
myself.
like the whole point of this channel is that I never got to be myself. And so now I can just be myself.
So this is a side note, but just because you have kids don't mean you fuck yourself over.
Mm-hmm.
You still gotta have your because if you don't, you're gonna go fucking crazy,
Right.
and you're gonna start resenting
Your
that you
kids.
had kids.
That part.
So that's
It's a
what
balance.
he was saying.
Right.
Yeah.
And even that could be a space. I don't need you to save me. I need you to actually be a father to your child. So I can be a mother to my child and can also be myself. Because I can't be myself because
If I gotta
nobody's
be
there to help me. I got to be the
mama, the
doctor.
cook,
Exactly.
the sports mom,
Right.
the taxi driver,
Right.
Yeah,
The
you
doctor,
know,
where's the partnership?
that's a major thing, and I think when people have kids and we think we're ready until the kid comes,
Right.
and it ain't what we thought we were gonna be.
Right.
Now you stressed out, he's stressed out, baby stressed out,
Right.
and nobody knows where to go. And a lot of I'm gonna say 90% of the relationships that I've seen, I'm not speaking for everybody else, but what I've seen, relationships don't last because the
Pressure.
man is saying, "Oh, this is your job,
Mhm.
you're the mom, okay, but you're the father too."
Right.
I didn't
Right.
make you, you know,
Right.
you didn't.
I
know
want
your
equal
own.
rights as a dad, but I don't want to do equal work.
That's not fair.
That's add that to what the things that we do want from you.
I want you. To
And I
do
shouldn't have to want it. That's owed to me.
Crazy
That's
thing
your
is-
responsibility.
Moms, we do want to do it when they're babies because it's like, oh, it's my baby. But if you know I'm barely making it and my eyes are barely open, then I'm gonna need you to step in and be like, you know what? I got the baby tonight.
Right.
You go ahead, go let her. I'm gonna give her a bath. I'm gonna feed the baby.
But you should anyway. That's how you bond with your baby because the mom carried it for 9 months, so she's in there. But that's your opportunity. That's why they do skin to skin now with the dad too, because it's important for the dad to be included from jump. You are equally responsible. You want equal rights, like they tell us we want equal women's rights, and whatever that looks like. But you guys want to be like equal parents, so you should, and you are. You shouldn't want to be. You are owed that, but you are also not just that by name or some picture you post on Instagram or taking over after the mom did all the work and showing the kid off. Like, what did you contribute to that? Because that's what she wants from you. That's what Mother Earth would like from you. And it's owed. When is that going to start happening? Stop skipping all the foundational stuff and moving into the places where you don't serve and trying to serve in those places and wondering why it don't work. Because that's not your job. You're not Jesus. I didn't ask you to be my dad. I didn't ask you to save me. I didn't ask you to provide for me. And the things that I am asking you to provide should be for the benefit of the relationship. It's not even just for me. It's so that I can be okay, so that I then can reciprocate the pieces that you need. Because each of us have a role.
Each of us have a role, but this is where we get messed up at. They don't know how to do the
But how come everybody think they're alpha male if you don't know how to do the role?
because that's what is portrayed in the movies and the rap songs.
Then go read what an
TV
alpha male
shows,
is.
and you see it then, so this is what you're supposed to portray. This is what you're supposed to be like, but
Right.
you don't know how. And if I gotta tell you that the gas or the electrical capabilities do, it's a fucking problem. It's a problem. Because how do it click in for women to automatically be like, shit, I pay the gas bill.
Right.
I pay the electric bill. Men's just be like, boo, 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 till the shit get turned off. Now what? Now we're looking at the
Why did you
wall.
let that get... That's it. Why did you let that get cut off?
Why did I?
You not on top of your shit. Oh, my.
Why the woman
Now it's
always
my
gotta
shit.
be-
Now it's mine.
But then afterwards, it be, this supposed to be us. But if you ain't giving
This
what
our
I'm-
house. Where my this? Where my that? I don't know. At the store. Buy it and bring it in. I really don't care. But if you think I'm going to sit on a fold-out chair until I wait for you to buy something, that's absolutely insane. I'm not about to do that. But we can move it on out if you buy something. We can gladly move it out.
With the shit, that's what's gonna have the women start resenting you as the man.
It
Because
does.
I can understand some women don't even like to voice it. They just do. Okay, fuck it, you don't.
Because you already know it's going to be a battle and you don't want that
But then
argument.
you start becoming and you have this fucking attitude to the point where you're like, I don't even care no more.
What you
nigga.
think, right.
I don't give a fuck. This is when it turned into Ike and Tina situation
Right.
sometimes.
Right.
Because that woman be like,
And they
I
go
can
to tit
whoop-
for
I
tat.
can whoop your ass.
Right.
Because you
Right.
you're not doing men shit. Now look at you as a bitch. I can whoop your ass.
Right.
I mean, it's even sad when you even have to have this fucking conversation.
Yeah, I think it's very sad, but I think that it's way out of hand.
I had a friend on Facebook and she posted, why do these generation of men hate women so much?
Because they're blaming. This is just my opinion. Based on the different conversations I've had, based on different things that people trust me, have shared with me, I really personally think that because it's so abnormal to talk about what moms did, but it's very normal to say a deadbeat dad. If you think about it, if none of the dads was in the household and the mom was in the household, then anything that happened is on the mom, right? Because the mom raised you, the mom did these things. Let me finish. But how many people are actually saying, I have an issue with what my mom did? They're still blaming it on because the dad wasn't there. So now, as a result, instead of taking it out on my mom, I'm going to classify all these women this way. I'm going to treat these women like this. I'm taking it out on them what I really feel about my mom. Especially if you have my seed. Now I'm looking at you. Everything you do that triggers me about how I grew up to my kids, instead of me talking to you about it and telling you, hey, this is something I don't want you to do. No, I'm going to take it out on you. Now you a bad mom. You ain't shit. It escalates so quickly. And the woman is like, I don't understand where that's coming from. But it's really rooted in how they grew up, whatever trauma that they have from that.
Or you hear the mom constantly bashing for that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If your dad was here, this pressure wouldn't have been on
So
me and I would have
this
did
is
this.
why-
If your dad didn't do this, I wouldn't have did that.
And that's
You're
what I
responsible
mean.
for your
You
own
keep blaming the dad.
stuff.
But even if the dad was here, you still was struggling. Who was you going to blame it on then?
That part. Because there's plenty of couples that struggle together.
Struggle together. So
Mhm.
you can't even keep saying
Mm-mm.
if your dad was here because he's not. You're still grown. You're accountable for yourself.
Mhm.
And once you have that kid, you're accountable for that kid.
Mm-hmm.
Mama's baby, daddy's mate.
Mhm.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So
And the other thing is that the huge difference with men and women as it relates to the parenting piece of what you need. A mom can go get Section 8, food stamps, county, help going back to school, all of these different resources, but those same resources are not available to the man. And a lot of times, even if they are, well, I'll say they don't feel like they are, because for a man to walk in and say that he needs help, no matter how young, he's looked at differently versus when the mom comes in, oh, let me just roll out the red carpet so I could put her in a position to be the best mom ever. But what carpet is rolled out to help the man be the best dad ever?
now, a lot of people get this
Or what don't they know?
misconception of you can't be on the county as a family, but you can be. They tell you, they don't even let that be known. They don't let that be known because if you don't add the dad, they get him for child support. But if you add him on your case, you get the money, he get the. It's a whole family thing. There's
So
no
back
child
in the
support.
day, you couldn't do that.
There's no child support allowed. Just like Section 8 has a housing program. You can go through Section 8 and buy a house and still use
Right.
your Section 8 to pay your fucking mortgage.
Yeah.
But then I don't let you guys know that.
Yeah.
Some of you guys got it in your head that I don't want them in my business. Bitch, if you get in a house, you could be in the crack of my ass for all I care.
If you're doing the right thing, why do you care? I don't.
I'm getting the house. I'm not renting it. I'm owning it.
Right.
It's mine.
Right. But we still have to be honest. If a man walks in and he's asking for help with something like that, he is looked at differently until they hear his story and, oh, my wife passed away, or, oh, she left me with all the kids. Once they hear something like that, then they're a little bit different. But even, let's just say, if the mom is on drugs, they try to get the dad not to get custody, not to do all of these things because, oh, we don't want it to hurt her. Those are some of the things that causes resentment to men, and I think that that's why they taking out a lot of frustration. But the part that's not fair, it doesn't fucking matter, is why are you treating the woman that you chose to be with like that, and she didn't do any of those things? And if she's doing some of those things, did you talk to her about those things?
No,
because we're not all knowing.
To a childhood that you don't want to go back to.
Then you can't take it out on me. Deal with that shit on your own. Go out and ride your motorcycle. Go shoot bass. Go do something, but don't treat me bad because that happened. When you want to tell me don't treat you bad because I'm exhausted from all of this shit, that the trauma we're dealing with present day. I'm supposed to deal with that, but you could keep using how when you grew up and you was 5, you waited at the door for your dad that one time, so I'm sad. Nigga, I wait at the same door. So how your door different than my door?
Oh, because you strong.
So why don't we keep showing up for each other and being consistent for each other and not abandoning each other so that we can heal that hurt place? That's why I say you can, like the savior part, that can be on both sides. But that has to be a want, and the other person is still not responsible for that. But if those are things that you want to do together to heal your other half, to make your relationship better, then it should be there. But it shouldn't be an expectation, not the healing part. Because you can't heal me. You haven't done any work. How can you heal me? Because most men, unfortunately, have not. They don't go to therapy. And when they go, they lying. They're lying. They start from the part that they remember where they got hurt. No, start at the part where you did 77 things and then it happened. Or start at the part where your mama did all of this, and yes, you saw your dad walk out the door, but you failed to say he had a hammer sticking out of his head or something like that. Like, he didn't all the time just walk away.
Sometimes these mothers are very fucking bitter.
Very.
And sometimes it begins to be too much for the man.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can't just, everybody got to cater to the woman because she's the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes these women are horrible as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people don't even look at it that way, that this woman is toxic as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And this man has tried
threatening freedom, threatening finances, hitting on them. He ain't even telling. Mm-hmm.
And you still
helping with the kids, doing all of this stuff. Really trying to do the best that he can.
He can.
Mm-hmm.
But because
he got a factory job, that ain't good enough. Well, that's what he had when you got with him. Or he don't want to sell dope no more. He actually want to go straight. So everything ain't the same. Then don't be with him. But don't stay with him and mistreat him. He didn't do nothing to you.
Or because he didn't continue on with the dope. Oh, he ain't a good fucking father.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. Because they don't want to live that lifestyle anymore.
I think you skip out on the fact that there's some toxic ass women out there.
Women are very vindictive, toxic, manipulating. They can be all of those things, which is why I say a lot of them is mad at your mama. You mad at your mama because you saw your mama do it to your daddy. Because let's just face it, we all see what happens when we kids. So if that's what you saw in your household, you're gonna be upset about that. Or if your mom still stayed with your dad, but he wasn't a good dad to you and still messing with him. That's a trauma that a lot of people do not talk about. But that is a trauma. How you chilling with this dude and we supposed to be mad at him? He don't take care of me. He don't ever show up for me. I don't ever see him except for when y'all walking in your bedroom. Like, that's a trauma. Because how come you don't love me enough? I'm actually yours. What about me? They don't. Because all they're thinking about what they need.
Head is, I'm the mama.
Mm-hmm.
What say go. But that's why I let my kid talk. I ask her questions. What
You
do you
have
think
to.
about this? What do you like about this? Because we grew up with that stigma of a child is supposed to be seen, not heard.
Mm-hmm.
We see you, but we don't need to hear you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how you come up with these fucked up ass mindsets as we get older, because they holding everything in because you're just supposed to be seen, not supposed to be heard. And I think that's pretty fucked up because you limited your kid.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a way you could go all the way to the other side of that. And it's not okay, meaning not teaching them how to communicate. But no, I think that every kid should be able to communicate where appropriate, because that mess could get out of hand. You don't need to be asking me what I'm doing behind closed doors. But if it's your daddy and your mama, and that's the particular situation that I just named, yeah, you can ask them. Like, you can even ask your dad. Dad, is it a reason why you only come over to see mom? Oh, I come over to see you too. And then elaborate on how you feel like, no, you didn't. You came and said goodnight. Like, that doesn't count. But either way, I feel like my allergies are killing me. I feel like that is a huge part of trauma from this particular generation. Meaning probably my age and below, where that comes from. And I just don't get it. It can't. Simplifying things would probably make it a little bit easier too. It would make people not feel like so much pressure is on them, because that's pressure that maybe your mom, maybe somebody in your household, your mom, your sisters, maybe the women in your family put that pressure on you. Like, that's the little man, the man of the household, stuff like that. And so now they feel obligated to do certain things. Yeah, that could be where that came from. Because if that woman is not saying it, that could only be the only other place that they're getting it from is how they were raised. But if you're not actually doing it, that's a whole nother topic. If you're not doing it, how can you be so frustrated? Where that could come from, where their belief that they need to save and take care of could come from. But my next question was, how many men are actually really doing that today? Taking care of a household to where you feel that pressure. Because I'm hearing a lot of people say that they have pressure, but what they do doesn't align with the pressure they say they have. They listening to this Kevin Samuels too, and listening. He's had multiple ex-wives, but they listening to all of this stuff. That part, and that's where a lot of this is coming from. Like, I've been seeing lately, men don't want to get married because how is it beneficial to me, and how is it beneficial to me as a man when the woman gets everything? Women make more than men these days, so get something as far as what?
You can give a damn prenup.
That'll work too.
If you feel that.
I wouldn't be offended if somebody wanted a prenup.
Can't be offended.
Yeah, you can.
If I make this whole empire by myself, and let's just throw that out there. Some of these women are con artists.
Yeah, they are for sure. Protect your business. But whatever you had before you got married is yours. It's what you gain together after that determines that. And if you are somebody that has one of these multi-billion-dollar businesses, you think that those people didn't know that they had those type of businesses, and they could have gotten a prenup if they wanted to. So even when they complain, I'm like, what are you complaining for? You could have got a prenup, but you didn't want one. So don't be mad now that you guys split up because you cheated. Yeah, because in a couple prenups I've heard of, you can actually have it in there that there are some prenups that you have that if either one of them cheat on each other, it null and voids the contract because you voluntarily walked away. You didn't try to work on your marriage or whatever. That can happen in those prenups that go before judges. But either way, again, if you're not doing any of those things, where's the pressure coming from? Is that pressure in your head? Did you spread yourself too thin because you have a kid over here, a kid over there, your mom at home telling you what to do? Now you want to live your life, but your life should include you and your kids and, your new person, but you're going to have to drop off that that title that was given to you by mom, grandma, dad, whoever. That title is no longer.
Well, I think again,
Because while I don't need you to provide for me, I don't. But you are to be an equal contributor in our household, and equal just means you do the best that you can, and I do the best that I can. But if you're giving that to somebody else, you're taking money out of our household. And
if you
until
didn't give me to somebody else, then you know
don't give the money from our household to anybody. Taking care of your mom's household, taking care of now. If you want to use your spending money for that, yeah. But if it is something that's impacting the household goals, you can't do that. Yeah, you definitely have to sit down and talk about some of those things because here's the thing, some things in retrospect to what some people make and what goals they actually have, they're attainable. You can actually do them, but if you don't talk about them with your partner, it's not always the money. It's usually not the money. It's usually the disrespect. And it's usually the sneakiness that goes behind it because how did you do something outside of this household without consulting this household? Right. You snuck and did it because you thought I would have a problem with it. And if you thought I would have a problem with it, then you think that something's wrong. So whatever you think is wrong, whatever that is, be it disrespect, over obligating to something, whatever it is, that's something that you feel. And you feel that way for a reason. So that's your answer right there. But if you mean that is a form of protection for me that I want for my household, but again, you can use your spending money.
I just prefer for you just to run mine. Because if you use up your spending money, then you gotta come back to that.
Ah, that's true.
So just,
People don't be thinking about that though. They don't think about that. Like, oh, I went into the savings. Well, why did you go into the savings? Because this happened. No, you went into the savings because you spent the money on something else because we had a savings. Don't go in our savings because you did what you wanted to do. You should have had a savings before you did that to help with the things you would need. I don't think people think like that either.
because you can let go is when it affects you. So
Yeah.
no, just ask me. 90% of the time, if it's something important,
Right.
we're
If it's
gonna
something
get to it.
important, yeah.
You can move some stuff around.
Right.
But don't just go behind my back and do it,
Right.
and then come to me for more help.
Right.
Because now I'm looking at you like, well, did you just get that?
Right. Then when you have questions, they like,
Why you just can't
why
help
you just can't, Rhea, why you just can't help me? You selfish. You don't ever want to do nothing. Because I got questions. I just don't understand what just happened. So yeah, I got questions. Decepticon. They be the Decepticons for me. I can't do it. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's really quite simple. Here's what women want. They want honesty. They want communication. They want to be included. They want respect. They want partnership. They want stability.
Interesting.
I want you to be interested. And not just interested when it's time to have sex. Because we don't work that way. Like, y'all just, we don't work that way. We are feel. We're feel where if we don't feel right, it won't come out right. Unless you like angry sex, and by which, knock yourself out. But angry sex that's fun doesn't feel the same way, by the way. What else do we want? Loyalty. Did I say honesty? Honesty. Ownership. Accountability, because we're all human and we do make mistakes. Acknowledgement that a choice is not a mistake. By that I mean, if you do something once, that could be a mistake. Things happen. If it became your lifestyle, it's not a mistake. It's a choice. And at that time, have a conversation. Person might be able to be okay with whatever your choice is. Or they might like it. They might want the same choice. Shit. What else? And we're back. Brief intermission. Okay, so where we left off is what women actually do want from men and why. So I was given a list of things, and then you were talking.
I want you to be
My cheerleader?
that is so important.
What does that look like, though? At the minimum, what would that look like? Or give me an example. Tell men how they can actually do that.
A woman's self-esteem is very important. So just telling her, you smell good, you look beautiful, I like your hair, you know, I like what you do with your nails, I like that color on you. Simple shit like that could just boost that woman's confidence up. It don't matter. It could have came from the president. She wouldn't give a fuck, but it came from my significant other. So now
Right.
I feel, bam,
Right.
this nigga said I'm this, so I'm that. Okay? You can't. What?
Y'all should see her dance.
Okay. He said I'm beautiful, bitch. I'm the bomb.
It's true. Because you want to be appealing to your partner. Not that you don't have good self-esteem. I'm fine by myself, but I'm not dating or married to myself. I want to make sure I'm doing the things that you like. Right. Not everything I do you have to like, because there's going to be some things that you don't. But, yeah, you should give your partner compliments all the time. Both ways.
All the time.
All the time. As much as possible. Even when you mad at him, I mean, just be like, you my favorite person to hate today. I love you so much. The way we argue just really inspires me. It's really quite simple. It really, really is. Take the complexity out of it. It's easier on the man's side.
This is like real women shit. This Instagram model shit y'all out here praising these bitches for. You was to get these bitches this, they would be like, this nigga broke.
But how many of them are single?
A lot of them. But
Some of them are single for a reason.
because they got 10 Gucci bags from 10 different men, they feel
Hello.
like the shit.
Right.
Because he spent a little money on
Right.
it. But money ain't shit. Time is.
Time is everything. Time is very much so everything. We need time. So all of that pretending to be busy, that doesn't really exist. You have time. Even if it's when you close out your day or start your day, you have time to be there for the person that you say you love and that you say you want to be with. Because God forbid she turns her attention off. Men complain quite often about, we're not sleeping together enough, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. But if you come straight home and that's all you want to do, what seed did you plant? How did you make her feel like she was even pretty? Like, if you want a machine, just have a machine. If you want to be for the streets, be honest and be for the streets. But if you want an actual relationship where things matter, you're going to need to put something into it. You just are. You don't want us coming to bed with our bonnets on all the time or a face mask. You want to actually be attracted to. Well, the things that men do prior to what they want is what's actually attracted to us and appealing to us. So those simple things, this is not too much to ask. None of what was asked actually costs any money.
It don't cost shit. It's free.
All it takes is your effort. And I'll do you one better. If you don't have the time, then it's impossible that you know everything that Butt Naked Sally is doing on Instagram. Because you faithful to her.
About yesterday.
You faithful
Social
to
media
her.
It provided a whole nother outlet of cheating.
Right.
Cheating used to be simple. Cheating was simple as shit.
It was.
Shirley, this is Barbara. Simple shit. Or he picked up the phone, hey, let me speak to your mama. I ain't never coming home. It was simple. Now,
Right.
you browsing on somebody's page and you be like, is that my nigga?
You creating options because they are creating options.
You'll be like, nigga, you
Like you
this
thought
bitch,
chasing.
man.
You going out to search for this
And he
stuff.
be like, but I only
For no
liked
reason.
it why you like this bitch photo 30 times and you liked it mine once?
No, I didn't even know you had a social media.
Oh, that's the motherfucking one.
Because you don't need social media.
You thinking
I don't need social media.
So hold up. You blocked me, bitch? You had to.
Is the stranger in my bed? We'll save that for later. We'll save that for later.
How did you get here? It's that one. Like, so wait a minute.
Who the fuck are you? In real life.
Can my real man come
What
back
did
outside?
you do?
Are you?
Am I being punked?
Cause this look just like you in these pictures.
It do.
That's
It
what
do.
you hit him with the. You all rub his back and shit. You like, babe, the craziest shit happened to me today.
Yeah.
You're
What?
like,
Bam! Turn around and fall.
Girl, it was this meme. Oh my God, you gonna get a kick out of it. But it said when a man check his woman's phone to see if she cheating, and then he see the screenshots of him cheating. Man, that took me out. Ain't that some shit?
No. Can you imagine? I would be so mad. I would be like, how you take that from me too? I was trying to, like, I was
trying to
building my
bust you
shit. Right. You couldn't let me have that.
Can you imagine though? A motherfucker open his phone up, open your significant other phone up to look at yourself cheating. Because you thought she was cheating. But turn and find out you was cheating.
No, the worst I've ever heard is opening a laptop and all your partner stuff just download to the computer.
Now that.
And then you just see everything you never thought you wanted to see, maybe.
But it hurts.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's why I say social media has provided so much shit.
It has.
Because now, not only did you find out he cheated, but now you got the bitch naked pictures. Now you done went into revenge mode. Bitch, now your cootie cat is everywhere. Now I'm pissed off. Your cootie cat is every motherfucking way. Social media did make this shit 10 times harder because he done created a fake profile. So 90%, 100%, you're not even on it. She still know nothing about you. Okay? Now
Or
you
sometimes they do because they use your
sometimes
anniversary
they
pictures
do. Well,
as
yeah.
they Male Crush Monday and stuff like. It be the Male Crush Mondays that be getting people in trouble.
Yeah, because bitch, why you like him? Where you know him from? For him to be a male.
Why you cut me out that
How you know
picture?
him? How do you know him? Girl, my baby daddy almost got beat up behind that shit. I'm like, so you somebody you MCing? He like, what are you talking about? The bitch that posted you. You know.
These dudes don't even be knowing. They be getting set up by these girls too. They be hitting you with the, that's fake. No, it's
Once
right
I hear
here.
that, I'll be like, everybody's a suspect. Everybody. The dog, everybody is part of the shit. You knew about it too? Yeah, I'm not talking. Guilty until proven innocent.
That's the thing about social media though, is guilty because I saw it.
Yeah.
Like, how do you back out of that?
You wouldn't be guilty if you wasn't her friend. Somewhere down the line, you communicated with this person in order for her to feel that you should be her man first Monday.
Yeah.
There was an interaction between you two.
Yeah.
Now, unless it's just a celebrity. That's a pass.
Right.
When it becomes something personal and they ain't your family,
Right.
it's a motherfucking problem. Because
Right.
you didn't interacted on it with this ball at some point in time. You can't tell me that. I'm not posting no motherfucker I don't talk to. What if I done posted a fucking rapist? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know somebody. You didn't have to have some type of conversation down the line. You didn't see them. You didn't let them onto this path. It's something. You can't tell me otherwise. I'm not gonna let you tell me otherwise.
Well, you know, some people say that it was just a fantasy and a one-time thing.
I don't hear that shit either.
Yeah. Now when y'all got pet names for each other.
Damn sure not a one-time thing.
At all. And if it was one time, you got to tell your partner. So they could decide how they want to move. So they could possibly go get checked for STDs. All kind of stuff. That's the biggest part of what bothers me about cheating. Is that you feel comfortable being like out here for the streets. That's fine. But like, don't include somebody else in that. Because clearly you don't make good decisions. So the person that cheats, we can't trust that you actually saw if the person had a disease, because that would indicate that it was premeditated and not an accident. It'd be the people for me. That's what I'm saying. You can't then call it a mistake or an accident or whatever you're gonna call it. I don't know.
At the end of the day, first of all, let's just get into why y'all don't.
Hold on, hit that light for me.
Why y'all don't get tested? If you don't cheat, it's one thing to cheat. There's another thing to cheat and cheat wrong. Cause bitch, if you bring me back something,
Dead
as a fucking doorknob.
and I'm gonna do it myself.
And I'm turning myself in. And
I'm gonna
tell
stand
them
there.
So it's one thing to cheat. Okay, cheat. You got that. You did it. It's already done.
It's already done.
But at least you and the bitch go get tested first, so that you healthy cheating.
Or get tested before you go back to your partner.
I prefer you to get tested, because why would you want your balls itching?
I don't care about your balls. You didn't care about my heart.
I'm saying care about your balls, my heart, us.
But if you cared, you wouldn't do all of those things.
Right, but care enough so your balls is not itching. Because if your balls is itching and you stick it in me,
That's why I said go get checked first before you.
Yeah. Go get checked before y'all fuck.
Because it's a whole
Check
lot of STDs
after.
in this mother.
And they just posted that it's harder to get rid of chlamydia and syphilis and gonorrhea now, because so many people keep getting it over and over again. Medicine is not effective anymore. I know a couple people.
I've never had anything.
I never
Not
had
one
nothing
single
either, but I
thing.
know somebody personally who got that shit. Not the barely pack, but just the regular packs. I know somebody who got that shit, and because they kept getting it repeatedly, now medicine don't really do nothing for them no more.
Wait, they got it on top. The one that you can't get rid of, they got it on top of getting it?
No, so they got one of them ABCs, not the HIV, but ABC. So
I'm gonna have to Google that.
ABCs is gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, one of those.
Oh, okay.
That's Uncle Kevin said. He's like, I don't got no ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, HIVs. He says it like that. But
I'm sick of them.
they got chlamydia. So
I don't want nothing.
they keep, either messing around with somebody who got it and get checked, and they keep re-getting it, and now the medicine is not effective, so now it's just dormant in your body.
This why I can't be a thought. This why I couldn't even do it. I had a whole list I was gonna conquer in my 20s. A whole list. Then I said to myself, Asia, myself said, hey girl. I said, the fine ones be having the most stuff. You know what, you right, good looking out. Girl, leave him alone. But can we still date? You sure can. But we can't sleep with him. No, bitch.
My thing is the bitches that got the chili pepper between their legs. You're burning. If you got to blow down there to cool it off, something is wrong. You know the ones that be secretly sniffing.
No, because I don't secret. I don't know. No, I don't have those kind of people in my life.
Secretly smell themselves, and you be like, "Bitch, are you sniffing yourself?"
No, I did not have those kind of people in my life.
I mean, you don't have to have them. You just.
I would have to have them to be able to see it.
I had a coworker one day that was secretly smelling herself for other reasons, not that reason.
I know some people should. Be.
But I caught her, and I was like, "Bitch, it ain't shit."
You catch everything. You so nosy. She
All
nosy,
bitch.
y'all. She be all up in my shit. That's why I just tell her everything. I might as well. Like, she the only person could pick up my phone outside of, the normal under covenants of God, whatever. She the only person. Her and her badass daughter. She knows it.
No, I ain't got it. But yeah, I caught her sniffing herself. And I have to tell her because
You told her?
I was like, bitch, it ain't you. She was like, oh, girl, because I thought it was. You know, you just see the subtle sign. They keep trying to pick shit up off
Oh,
the
like
ground.
when we did at the airport, or where was we? When everybody was like, "What is that smell?" And it was where we was.
It was the person that was funky. Was it the person that was musty?
Yeah, where was we? That was just recent. Remember, all of us was like, "Oh,
that a restaurant?
somebody talking to me." What was they saying to me?
Wasn't that
It
a
was
restaurant?
me, you, and Phil. Yeah, somebody.
Oh, we was at the club.
That's right, at Nini's Club,
Yeah.
asking for a table. That it never. No, we don't want a table from you, ma'am. Yeah, bless her heart. Her coworker should have told her.
But they all was musty.
I thought so. I thought it was more than just one. I didn't want to, just pinpoint one. But anywho, as y'all see, we don't do nasty, like, at all. Okay.
I need you bitches to stop being so proud that y'all fucking somebody else's man.